So Fritz, in your adventure on the Dare story, when you're taking the canoe, I remember a part about you found a guy under a bridge, and he kind of made you feel a little bit good about life and things like that. So where was this guy under the bridge, and what happened?
Well, it was northern Florida. It was, you know, afternoon, and I wanted to stop and rest. And the only place to get get any shade after being out in the water all day, out in the sun, was this bridge that I was going under. And so I pulled it up to the bridge. And while I'm at the bridge, I met this other gentleman that kind of lived under the bridge. Okay.
So it was his bridge.
It was, yeah, it definitely was his bridge. Uh, but what happens when we became friends, and he wanted to get me something to eat. Okay, I didn't know how he got to eat, but he wanted to get me something to eat. So he took me uh, right up uh, the bridge on top, and we went to a little bar that was kind of local right there.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, you got basically a homeless guy living under the bridge.
Right.
You have a canoe with rations on to eat if you're
Yeah.
lucky, and he says, "Hey, let me take you and buy you dinner,"
Yeah.
and he takes you to a bar, restaurant type thing
Right.
to buy you dinner. Okay.
Well, not necessarily to buy dinner, to get me dinner.
Okay.
Let's put it that way. There was nothing saying that he's going to buy. He says we're going to get you something to eat, you know, and that's what happened. And he took me into the bar and into the back door of the bar, kitchen area, and he introduces me to a waitress there, and he tells the waitress, you know, take care of him, get him something to eat. In the meantime, he left. We were still in the bar, but he went into another room, and I'm eating something, and I hear this piano play music going. It was beautiful piano music, and the bottom line is what I found out. It was the uh, the guy that I met under the bridge. He was playing the piano, and the girl explained to me about him. He says, "Well, what happened was that he's a doc." He says, "You know he's a doctor, don't you?" I said, "How do I know that?"
Mhm.
No, he said he was a doctor in New York, and evidently he lost a patient, and he decided to get out of the business, and he came down to Florida, and he's been living under the bridge ever since."
So basically, you come under the bridge and you find a guy who says, "This is my bridge." You basically think he's a homeless guy or something,
Right.
and he takes you to the bar. The waitress tells you his story. Now, did you ever ask him or tell him you knew the story from the waitress?
No, I never did. No, I just I kind of I remember what I remember more distinctly than anything is going into the bar area where he was playing, and that's what kind of shocked me is to personally seeing him at the piano playing the music.
So then, after he was done playing and after you ate dinner and things like that, you went with the guy back under the bridge.
Back under the
Did you
bridge.
stay longer, or did you have
No,
enough rest?
yes, I did. I stayed for the night there under the bridge, and next morning I just got up and left.
So you never told him you knew he was a doctor or anything like that?
No.
Yeah. Now, I heard you say one other time telling this story. I might put you on the spot here a little bit, but you never even got his name or something like that.
No, no, I don't. I don't. Well, I may have gotten his first name. I never got his full name, but I can't really remember what what his name was
Yeah.
because it was so short.
Yeah.
It was visiting and gone. Yeah.
I also heard you say, telling the same story to someone else, that it's actually one of the regrets you have from all the adventures you've done. One regret is not really having a way to keep in touch with that guy.
Well, that's true, but he's not the only one. It seemed like my whole story or my whole life is about meeting people and getting acquainted and sharing stories, and then I would leave, and that would be the end. I mean, there is no more to tell.
Yeah. So this is all in the Adventure on a Dare trip, and in the book Adventure on a Dare.
Right.
And it is one of the highlights of the story, and it's very interesting, and so fortunate that you met him. And unfortunately, a bad circumstance put him there, but you two got together and had a nice time together.
Well, it kind of opened my eyes to life, to be honest with you, because I never experienced that. I mean, here's a guy who is a bum and has more talent in his little finger than I could ever have in my whole body. I mean, the guy played beautiful piano, and it just amazed me that somebody could do that.
Yeah. You do know sometimes you underestimate yourself, right?
Well, sometimes I guess maybe.
Nice talking.